welcome back to the channel. Guys, today we are going to talk about the 2020 GT500. Yes, I know a lot of people have been putting out videos, and I almost didn't make this video, but at the same time, I want to give my thoughts on it and talk to you guys a little bit about it. So, what we know is what was released Wednesday. 760 horsepower, 625 foot-pound of torque. We don't really know much more than that. We don't know no track times. We don't know MSRP. We don't know any more. Really, just horsepower and torque is all we know more than what we knew last week. So let's talk a little bit about the horsepower numbers, the 760. A lot of people are disappointed in that, but we're going to get back to that in a minute. I'm going to give my thoughts on it. I'm happy with the 760. While I would have loved to seen maybe even 798, 799, 800, just to overcome the Hellcat Red Eye. I would have loved to seen that. But guys, let's face it, 760 is a very respectable number for this car. And this car is not catered toward drag racing. This car is catered toward the track. While I would have loved to seen the GT500 cater more toward drag racing than the track, I understand why they did not do it. I totally understand it. But I still would have loved to seen it because we have the GT350 and the GT350R, and they're still making that car. So I would have liked to seen more emphasis toward the drag side, but let's face it, that's the way Mustang's always been, and we've always been the joke of the crowd. Yeah, you noticed that, right? But anyway, we've always been the joke. You know, we can't handle, we can go fast in a straight line, but we can't handle, and Ford is changing that. Ford is saying, okay, here's a car, 760 horsepower, you're going to put the power down to the pavement, you're going to handle great, and the car is going to be an amazing car. And I honestly think that it is, guys. I think the car is going to do very well. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about, a lot of people are disappointed. But honestly, guys, I've been reading a lot of the people are disappointed and kind of watching it. And, you know, something that I wonder, how many of these people have actually driven a car with over 600 real-world horsepower? Because that's what the GT500 is going to be. It's going to be well over 600 real-world horsepower with 760 horsepower at the engine. So how many people have actually driven a 600-something real-world horsepower car? Out of those people, out of all the people that are griping, have driven that. Then how many of those people are actually in the market to buy the GT500? Because if those guys that are in the market to buy the GT500 and have experienced that horsepower and they're disappointed, okay, I understand completely. You wanted a lot more, but so we're going to talk about that. Alright, so say you buy a GT500 and you want a lot more. Let's just face it, the aftermarket is going to be there eventually. If we're being really realistic, let's look at what the 2.65 blower is doing with all the other, with the Coyote, with the GT500, what it's capable of. And 760 horsepower, in my opinion, is not even touching what that supercharger can do. So there is going to be a lot of room for the tuners in the aftermarket to step up, put a pulley on it, tune it, and turn that thing up if you actually want that. So I'm waiting on that too. Ford has always been pretty good at giving us a car that does well, but we have room to improve on. And I think that's what they've done again. I think they've given us a car that will handle extremely well, do extremely well all around, and has the capability of more horsepower if we want it. And we still don't know all the facts. For all we know, it could be 760 horsepower, base horsepower, and they could have another mode, like other cars have, that turns it up even more. We don't know. But I do know that that supercharger is capable of a lot more. But guys, you know, I kind of just wanted to hit on real quick my thoughts on it. I think everybody's been a little hard on the car. Everybody wanted more. But let's face it, guys, stop chasing horsepower numbers. Because I have seen 800 real horsepower cars lose against a 500 horsepower car just because the setup was better. And of course the driver. was better. So let's stop wrapping our heads around it doesn't have 800 horsepower. And let's start looking at what the car's going to be capable of doing. I'm waiting on track numbers and price, because that right there is what's going to tell me if the car is worth it. If they hit a home run or it's kind of a flop. Now, for what the car's going to do, it's not a flop. But what the car's going to do based on the price could make it a flop in my eyes, and I don't want to see that. But I'm waiting on the price, and if the price is not horribly outrageous, then I think Ford has a winner with the GT500. I've given you my thoughts on it. Basically, what I think about it, I think it's going to be a great car. I think the aftermarket is going to come. The tuners are going to step up, and they're going to turn these things up and make a lot of horsepower. I can't wait to see that. But I think the car is going to be a great car, especially for what it's being built for. And I know a lot of the drag race guys out there are just, you know, they're taken back by it. They really wanted to buy this car, and they really wanted to do well at the drag strip, but that's not what it was designed to do. But if the car can run, I'm thinking the car is going to run a 10.5, and if the car can run a 10.5 on the wheels that come out with it from the factory, and it can also kill it on the track, that makes it a great car in my eyes. All right, so that about does it for the GT500 talk. I just wanted to kind of touch on some few things and give you my opinion on the car, what I thought about the car. I think it's going to be a great car, and I cannot wait for the price to be released. We do have an allocation at my dealership for one. Am I going to buy one? I don't know. If the price blows me out of the water and it's like lower than I anticipated, we will see. But for right now, we're concentrating on this GT500 and getting everything done to it. I do have parts waiting to be installed, so we're going to do some of that this weekend. Hopefully nothing comes up. The last weekend I was planning on doing this, I had some stuff come up, but hopefully nothing comes up this weekend, and I get some stuff installed on this car, and we start getting it ready for the bigger blower. And I cannot wait for that. But guys, I'm going to leave y'all with some subscriber rides. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and we will see you next time.